Well. Bill Maher has gone full MAGA. Full MAGA. No, not quite so much. But this gentleman who's been quite an interesting figure is all over the place. But it looks like he's maybe coming around. It seems like once people actually meet Trump, they start coming around and realize he is not some sociopath dictator that everyone wants to make him out to be, and that he kind of has a different personality when tweeting and when people get in little fights with him, right? He comes out swinging, but if you keep it normal, the guy has a sense of humor, etc. So let's check out what Mr. Bill Maher thought of since he went and met Trump finally met Trump and had dinner with him, all because of Kid Rock, believe it or not. So pretty wild.
And now for what I know you've all been waiting for, I'd like to give you my book report on my visit to the White House. Okay. As you know, 12 days ago, I had dinner with President Trump, a dinner that was set up by my friend Kid Rock, because we share a belief that there's got to be something better than hurling insults from 3,000 miles away. And let me first say that to all the people who treated this like it was some kind of summit meeting, you're ridiculous. Like I was going to sign a treaty or something. I have no power. I'm a fucking comedian, and he's the most powerful leader in the world. I'm not the leader of anything, except maybe a contingent of centrist-minded people who think there's got to be a better way of running this country than hating each other every minute. So
that's exactly the point. Exactly the point. We need to hopefully come together a bit and be able to actually talk. That's the whole issue is people just shutting you down, right? Shutting you down. We need to be able to talk and agree to disagree on certain things, right?
Okay, so meet up in person. Maybe it'll be different. Spoiler alert, it was. First good sign, before I left for the Capitol, I had my staff collect and print out this list of almost 60 different insulting epithets that the president has said about me. Things like stupid, dummy, lowlife dummy, sleazebag, sick, sad, stone cold crazy. Really a dumb guy, fired like a dog, his show is dead. There's 60. I brought this to the White House because I wanted him to sign it, which he did.
That's hilarious. That was a good idea.
Which he did with good humor. And I know as I say that, millions of liberal sphincters just tightened. Oh my God, Bill, are you going to say something nice about him? What I'm going to do is report exactly what happened. You decide what you think about it. And if that's not enough pure Trump hate for you, I don't give a fuck. So, and he gave me a bunch of hats, but he didn't ask me to take a picture in one, which I appreciated. The guy I met is not the person who the night before the dinner shit-tweeted a bunch of nasty crap about how he thought this dinner was a bad idea and what a deranged asshole I was. I read it and thought, oh, what a lovely way to welcome someone to your house. But when I got there, that guy wasn't living there. Now, does Trump want respect? Of course, who doesn't? My friend said to me, what are you going to wear to the White House? I said, I don't know, but I'm not going to dress like Zelensky, I'll tell you that. But, okay. Just for starters, he laughs. I'd never seen him laugh in public, but he does, including at himself. And it's not fake. Believe me, as a comedian of 40 years, I know a fake laugh when I hear it. And I thank
He's
you.
a real guy.
No.
Yeah, it's interesting. Trump seems like a guy who doesn't listen to anybody, right? But he definitely does. And if you listen to interviews from people who know him well and around him often, they say that he takes in a multitude of opinions. That's what he really likes to do, is take a large consensus and then make decisions on that. So he's adaptable. he's really smart and kind of surveys everyone and basically surveys all the bright minds, right? And likes to hear opinions from people and then make decisions off that, which is a smart thing to do.
There were so many moments when I hit him with a joke or contradicted something, and no problem. At dinner, he was asking me about the nuclear situation in Iran in a very genuine, hey, I think you're a smart guy, I want your opinion sort of way. And I said, well, obviously you're privy to things about it I'm not, but for what it's worth, I thought the Obama deal was worth letting play out because we made Iran destroy 98% of the uranium and they were 15 years away from a bomb. And then I said to him, but we got rid of that. You got rid of that. He didn't get mad or call me a left-wing lunatic. He took it in. I told him I thought parts of his plan for Gaza were wacky, but that I had supported him in the idea that Gaza could be Dubai instead of hell. I told him he was wrong when he tweeted the night before that I was critical of all things Trump. Not true. Check the tapes. Moving Israel's embassy to Jerusalem, loved it. The border did need to be controlled. I'm glad the cops are getting their morale back. DEI had gone too far. Biological men shouldn't be playing women's sports. Europe should pay for their defense. And of course, it makes sense that Arab countries should take in Arab refugees, like the million Syrians who wound up in Germany when Saudi Arabia took none.
Okay, so this is what drives me absolutely nuts about Bill Maher is that I know he's a very intelligent guy. And he just pointed out several reasons, right, that you would want to support Trump, okay? And logical things that only he was going to do, right? That obviously the Democrats, they would have never happened. They were never going to happen if elected. So he understands all these super important things, right? Yet we all know who he voted for. So why on earth are you that stubborn? Is it really just because of the disdain for Trump? Is that really what it was? But so if you're so that's just such a bad excuse to me. You understand intellectually all of these serious issues, and you're yet still going to vote for Kamala. I mean, can you imagine? Basically, it's like basically having Biden in another 4 years, right? And potentially even crazier, which is hard to believe because Biden was theoretically kind of a centrist. Why in God's name would he do that? That's what drives me absolutely bonkers about him. It's frustrating because he's a smart guy.
I never felt I had to walk on eggshells around him. And honestly, I voted for Clinton and Obama, but I would never feel comfortable talking to them the way I was able to talk with Donald Trump. That's just how it went down. Make of it what you will. Me, I feel it's emblematic of why the Democrats are so unpopular these days. So MAGA fans, don't worry. Your boy gave me nothing. Just hats. Hats and a very generous amount of time and a willingness to listen and accept me as a possible friend, even though I'm not MAGA, which was the point of the dinner. My favorite part of the whole night was we were standing in the blowjob room. We were. And he said, you know, I've heard from a lot of people who really like that we're having this dinner. Not all, but a lot. And I said, same. A lot of people told me they loved it, but not all. And we agreed. The people who don't even want us to talk, we don't like you. Don't talk, as opposed to what? Writing the same editorial for the millionth time and making 25-hour speeches into the wind? Really, that's what liberals have? He takes the piss out of everybody else and we can hold ours? Okay, that's my report. You can hate me for it, but I'm not a liar. Trump was gracious and measured, and why he isn't that in other settings, I don't know, and I can't answer, and it's not my place to answer. I'm just telling you what I saw, and I wasn't high.
Billy leaves us with a good point, right? We need to be able to talk, people, and all those people trying to shut down conversations. Shame on you. Shame on you. Really. We got to quit disowning each other, canceling friendships, canceling family relations. We all need to relax and chill out. But about Mr. Maher here, at least he's coming along a bit. I'm sure he's still going to be crazy and want to defend a lot of ridiculousness, but it's good to see a prominent figure like this on the left who's saying we need to be able to talk. We need to be able to discuss ideas together and not just label the other person as an evil person. All right, folks, till next time.